The penguins slathered themselves in ketchup and cracked an egg on their heads, disguising themselves as a car accident scene. The driver was totally confused by what he saw. He never expected to hit a penguin while driving in Africa. When all the passengers got out to take pictures, the other 3 penguins got curious and used some complex seesaw physics to climb onto the human's car. Meanwhile, the humans were giving CPR to the penguins, completely oblivious that the car had started up. Then the penguins just drove off into the distance, leaving behind a bunch of puzzled humans. Turns out the penguins hijacked the car to strip it for parts to fix their plane so they could get the animals back to the New York Zoo. But the runway for takeoff was pretty limited, so the penguins had to copy how aircraft carriers launch planes. They built this massive slingshot in a big tree and used a catapult method to get the plane off the runway fast. The plane hadn't been flying through the clouds for long when the warning light in the cockpit started flashing. This really ticked off the penguins, so they just smashed the warning light with the airplane manual problem solved perfectly. But it wasn't long before the engine quit because they ran out of fuel. The penguins quickly sat down and buckled their seatbelts, even thoughtfully covering their puppet girlfriend's eyes. With no power, the plane started dropping straight down. All the animals in the cabin were screaming their heads off, but at this critical moment, only the hippo lady was still snoozing with her sleep mask on. Just as the plane was about to slam into the ground, the penguins quickly commanded an emergency landing. The plane skidded along the ground with the entire wing and tail breaking off, turning the cabin into a convertible in an instant. Even in this situation, the monkey was still playing chess. When the plane slid to the edge of a cliff, the penguins activated their last safety device, allowing the plane to land smoothly on the ground. All the animals were shaking like leaves, with only the hippo lady just waking up from her nap. But even though the plane was totaled, the animals still hadn't given up on getting back to New York. The penguins confidently claimed that if they had 6 months, they could fix the plane. But just then, a tour bus pulled up right behind the lion.